If you look at some of the greatest companies that have ever come out of Silicon Valley in the last 10 years, Google and Facebook would be great examples of companies that focus on getting critical mass of users spending more time on the product before they worried about monetization. And I think Twitter is a product that falls into that class where getting a huge number of users is actually more important right now. I think as time goes on, there's going to be many, many ways to monetize Twitter, much more so than even Google and Facebook.
Wow.
Just think about the leverage that Twitter has in suggesting followers to people. I think over time you might even have followers willing to pay Twitter to suggest that they be followed. Very unique monetization schemes. Twitter's now offering a search across its service with the Surmise technology that they acquired last summer. And search is probably, monetization of search is probably the lowest hanging fruit. But I think they're looking for more unique ways to monetize that'll be unique to the Twitter experience and not inconvenient to the user.
Well, right. They could probably create some sort of premium services to upsell people who are using their service right now, correct?
For sure, I think there'll be a lot of opportunities for premium services, and they have a couple of people, looking and doing research on, what might those premium services be.
Can you name a few, or one or two that they may be working on?
Not right.
Do you want to have another sip of wine? And then, what about how much would people pay Twitter to be one of the ones recommended? I think that's where they would get a huge boost in follower base.
Jason Calacanis wrote a whole blog about this where he was willing to pay, I think it started at $250,000, and then he went to $500,000, and then I think he went to $1 million. Because the more you think about it, the power of creating a brand with direct contact with the consumer is extremely powerful. This is why all the celebrities are using Twitter today. Celebrities have always had to go through middlemen to talk to their audience. For the first time ever, Ashton Kutcher, Shaquille O'Neal, MC Hammer, Oprah, Kevin Spacey on Leno last night, that's all he talked about, was the fact that he has a way now of communicating instantly with his users, with his fans. That's direct, that's the purest form of direct marketing. And the celebrity gets to control the messaging. Doesn't have an agent telling them what to say, what not to say. The celebrity gets to be themselves on Twitter and talk directly to their fans. Well, that applies to companies as well. Companies talking directly to their consumers, to their customers. It's a direct relationship that's never occurred before. That's why people are saying this is a new communication protocol. It might be outlandish, but you have TCP/IP, email, instant messaging, and then you have Twitter. Twitter is probably going to become a verb.
Do you think they're going to have a revenue model, or they'll introduce one before the end of the year? And if you can look at the two things you mentioned, one would be paid search, two would be companies paying to be recommended, three maybe a limit on how many posts you can put up. What would you say would be the number one, or the business line you would introduce as an advisor?
Well, it's hard to say because I haven't done any of the research. So I don't even know if Twitter is going to introduce a monetization scheme by the end of the year because I'm not privy to that. But all of the examples that you give are very viable monetization schemes.
Okay.
I just think that Twitter is such a unique service that I don't think it'll be the obvious stuff like serving up ads. There's much more unique ways to monetize the site, and I think the team there wants to do something that's unique to Twitter.
Like subscription to premium services. Okay, this isn't all about Twitter, but one last question about Twitter. Who's going to buy Twitter? Facebook, Apple, or Google?
None of the above, in my opinion. I'm not privy to any inside information, but I think Twitter, could be the next Facebook or Google in size, in market size and market potential. And why not stay an independent company?
What's the valuation of Twitter today?
The last round was reported to be, well over 200 million, is what I read in the blogs.
Okay.